Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear second secondary grade. Today we're going to have a listening, speaking, vocabulary, and grammar lesson from your book, The Traveler 4. So let's get started as usual with the objectives of our lesson today. So today, in this lesson, you can 1. Practice in listening for specific information and answering multiple choice questions. 2. Differentiate between American and British English. 3. Identify the usage of should, ought to, and had better. So number 1, we're going to listen, and I hope you get your headphones ready. So we're going to listen to some specific information and answer some ABC multiple choice questions. And for number 2, we're going to tell the difference between American and British English. So we have American accent and we have British accent. We have some words in that are American or used in America, and other words that are used in England, and also some spelling, different American and different British spelling. And finally, we're going to talk about the use of should, ought to, and had better, which is grammar. So let's go for the first one. If you can take a look at this picture. Tomorrow starts now. It means we need to think about tomorrow, and if you are worried about tomorrow, you need to think about it now. So the big question is that why are you learning English? Why are you learning English? We know that English now is the language of science, the language of business, and also English is a good language. I mean, it's easy language. We need it when we travel, we need it for our school, we need to get marks, and maybe in the future you go to colleges inside or outside Saudi Arabia, you need English in a college, and also for some entertainment. Some people would love to watch movies, listen to some songs, and read the news, for internet, for games, and so we need English. So English is a universal language. If you learn English, you can talk it everywhere. And the other question is that what do you like the most or the least about learning English? Learning English is fun, learning English is easy, but you need to work hard. Some students like to learn English, and they like the most about it when they play games like Xbox, like Sony, and others for internet, and others for movies, others for songs, and others for college. As we've said, there are so many reasons for us to learn English. Now I'm going to get you ready, so I'm going to play for you some listening. And I think this is you now. You're going to listen to a conversation, and we have multiple choice questions. So the answers could be for 1, A or B or C. So it's better always before you start the listening to read the question. So you're going to hear a radio program about a foreign language learning convention. For each question, choose the correct answer. So for every answer, we have 3 possible answers. For 1, speaking 6 weeks, traveling around the world, taking classes in a country of your choice, hiring native speakers to interact with you. So this is a radio program. They're going to ask you about number 1. So one of these, A, B, or C, is the correct answer. For number 2, A, according to the language level, B, according to age group, C, according to age and language level. 3, he was a high school English teacher. He owned 2 language schools. He had a small language and taught English. For 4A, they were for children with special needs. Or B, they took place during most working hours. C, they began after 3 p.m. And for 5A, Japanese, B, German, C, French. And for number 6, A, you must be certified teacher, B, you must hold a master's degree in language, and C, you must have any sort of college degree. 7, A, at your doorstep, B, at your school, C, at your home, and finally 8, 1, 2, or 3. Okay, now I'm going to find the file for you and play it. And while I'm playing this, I hope you get your headphones ready and get to listen to the conversation. Okay? Are you ready?
One B. Listening. You are going to hear a radio program about a foreign language learning convention. You will hear the program in several parts. After each part, you will hear some questions. For each question, choose the correct answer. Listen to the introduction and note the example question below.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to WRSB. I'm George Marquez, reporting to you live from the 23rd Annual Foreign Language Learning Convention. The convention hall is packed with visitors eager to hear about the different ways of learning a foreign language. I'll be going around talking to some of the participants here and asking them to share their experiences and ideas about learning a foreign language.
Example. Where is George Marquez? The correct answer is C, at a convention hall. Now the radio program will continue.
Here we have with us Paul Smith, a representative of the language program Live and Learn, a program promoting language learning through a 6-week stay in the country of your choice. Paul, can you tell us a little about your program?
Hello, George, and hello, everyone. Well, just as you said, George, Live and Learn functions on the principle that people can learn a language better if they actually spend time and take classes in the country where the language is spoken. Being in situations where one has a chance to interact and speak with native speakers inside and out of the classroom is the quickest and most practical way to learn a foreign language. And the best thing is that we have classes for all different levels, ranging from beginners to the more advanced. Who can possibly resist the idea of seeing the beautiful country of Italy while becoming fluent in Italian? Plus, we have classes for all age groups so everyone can feel comfortable.
Well, it definitely sounds good to me, Paul. Now, let's move on and hear about some other programs.
1. What does Paul think is the best way to learn a foreign language? 2. How are the classes in Live and Learn organized?
'Now we have with us Oliver Carter, who lives in Turkey and owns 3 after-school, after-work language centers. Oliver, tell us a little about yourself and your language centers.
Yes, of course. Well, I started out as an English teacher with a small school that offered classes from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. Times that were suitable for working adults and children who wanted help learning a language after school. Things were going really well, and I loved my job. After 2 years of saving money and adding more rooms to the building, I hired 4 other teachers to teach German, French, Italian, and Spanish. Then our student numbers increased, and now I own 3 schools. People just keep coming. They seem satisfied. Our flexible hours, small classes, and special attention make our schools a popular choice for people looking for efficiency and convenience. If things go well, I'm hoping to add Japanese, Greek, and Portuguese. We hire only college graduates with language degrees. Plus, all of our teachers are certified.
Well, Oliver, it seems like a good deal. It seems like learning a foreign language can really happen in your spare time.
3. What did Oliver do in the past? 4. What was different about Oliver's classes? 5. Which language is presently not taught at Oliver's schools? 6. In order to teach in one of Oliver's schools, what is necessary?
In this next booth, we have representatives of the Hire a Tutor program. This is Steve, the founder of the program. Steve, what exactly is Hire a Tutor?
Hello, George, and to everyone listening. Well, Hire a Tutor is a tutoring service I started which sends qualified language tutors to your doorstep. Lots of people have learned 1, 2, or more languages through this one-on-one method. I myself know 3, you see. This method allows students to feel comfortable speaking, interacting, and most of all, dealing with any handicaps that might arise during the language learning experience. This works really well for people who don't feel they get the attention they need in large classes, or who simply want to learn a language in the comfort of their own home.
7. Where do tutors from Hire a Tutor teach? 8. How many languages does Steve know? 9. According to Steve.
So as you saw or as you listened to, we have the answers B, C, 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 A, and C, C. We don't have 9. So stop here. Let's talk now. Let's talk about. We have American English and we have British English. As you can see here, this is the American flag and this is the British flag. We have different words. In American, they say gasoline. In England, they say petrol. Highway in America, motorway in England, hood in America, bonnet in England, Jello, Jilly, license plate and number plate, line and queue, mail, post, movie, film, pajamas, the difference in the writing or in the spelling, pants, trousers, scotch tape, sellotape, sidewalk, pavement, sneakers and trainers, soccer, football, stove, cooker, subway, underground, tire, truck, lorry, trunk, boot, vacation, holiday, vest, waistcoat, and wind whipper, and here we have windscreen wiper and yard garden. So these are the differences between the American and the British English. They use, for example, highway in America. In England, they say motorway. You have to learn these words by heart. Now, let's find the equivalent words. So read the sentences below. The words in bold are American English. Match them with their English or British English equivalents in the box. So in America, we say my apartment. In England, what do we say? If you say my apartment overlooks the Thames River, Americans say apartment, British say flat. So flat for apartment. 2, I asked for the check while you were on the phone. So for the check, we say bill. I asked for the bill if you were in Britain. If you're in America, you say I asked for the check. 3, there's a glass elevator in that building. So you should say elevator in the United States, and you say lift in the British. 4, I'm going back to school in the fall. So in America, they say fall, as you know, summer, winter, fall. And in the British, they say autumn. 5, I always have to take garbage out. Henry never offers to do it. In America, they say garbage. And in England, they say rubbish. Do you like these pants on me? So Americans say pants, while the British say trousers. 7, they haven't been on vacation for 4 years. So in the United States, they say vacation. In England or United Kingdom, they say holiday. 8, there was a long line to get into the department store. This is line. In America, they say queue. There was a long queue or there was a long line. 9, I want to buy a new cell phone. So American, they say cell phone, the British say mobile phone. And 10, the final one, I think the pink sweater looks better on you. The black one is a little bit too tight. So Americans say for a sweater, but the British say jumper. So this, I think the pink jumper looks better on you. The black one is a little bit too high. That was some American British English, as you can see: flat bill, lift, autumn, rubbish, trousers, holiday, queue, mobile phone, jumper, football. Now let's talk about grammar. And here we're going to use should or should not. What is should and should not? We use should and should not and the infinitive or the present form of the verb to ask first, one, to ask for and give advice. So if you want to give people advice like this, should I take Linda to help me with this? And to express an opinion. So if you want to have an opinion, well, he should be more careful when he drives. Or we use it to make suggestion. When you suggest to someone, you should really go to that new restaurant, it is fantastic. So you're making a suggestion. And finally, to express some kind of mild obligation. Somehow it's a little bit tough obligation. Students should hand in their homework on time. Now also we use should and have and the past participle, like should have done, should have gone, should have made, should have worked. First, to express regret about something that did not happen in the past, we should have come home earlier. So you're trying to have some kind of regret. You wish you have done things in a different way. And also to criticize somebody's behavior. Someone has done a mistake, so you're trying to give him some kind of criticism. You should have called me and let me know you were not coming. So these are the ways we use should, should not. You should come home. You should not smoke. You should play football. You should not walk barefoot, and so on. We use should have and as students say, verb 3 to express something that did not happen. So we regret, and for criticism or to criticize someone's behavior. Now we use should have in the past participle also to express regret about something that happened in the past. I should or I shouldn't have shouted at Larry's today, or to criticize someone somebody has done. Danny's should not have told you that. It was supposed to be a secret. The only difference is here is like should, we use ought to and can be used instead of should in all the above cases. Example, you should have let me know, or you can say you ought to have let me know. That is the only differences between using should, should not, and should have with the base form. So we use had better somehow like should and should not, but in a different way with the simple present. So we say had better go, had better do, had better eat, had better draw, and so on. So we use it to give a strong advice. You had better take the medicine. And also it often expresses a threat or a warning and is stronger than should and ought to. Sometimes had better is stronger than should. And also it could refer to the present or the future, not the past. And its negative form had not, had better not. So you had better not smoke. You had better not walk barefoot. And also in spoken English, the short form is commonly used with I''D better. So be careful. This is I had better. It's not I would better. I had better, you had better, and etc. And this is some kind of abbreviation for the had better. So now again we use should and should not, as I said before you, to ask for advice or give advice. Should I take Linda to help me with this? To express an opinion. He should be more careful. You should drive more carefully. To make a suggestion. So you should do this. You should do that. You should go home. You should study hard. To express some kind of obligation. Students should hand in their homework, and that's what your teachers say to you. And sometimes we use should and have and the past participle. You should have submitted your homework. And also to express regret about something that did not happen in the past. We should have come home earlier. We should have studied to the test better. Or to criticize somebody's behavior, you should have called me, you should have taken the medication, you should not have gone to the playground, and so on. Now very quickly, let's do this exercise. Now read the situation below and complete the sentences using should, should not, ought, ought not, and had better or had better not, and in the appropriate verb form. We know that most of these words end up with the base form, except with should have, past participle. And this is, remember, taking from your workbook. Lucy wants to lose some weight. So I have to remember, is this an advice? Is this criticize somebody's behavior? Is this obligation? Are you trying to give your opinion? So these are the ways we use should and ought and had better. Sometimes all of them work. So you can say she should, should not eat too many sweets, and she ought not eat too many sweets, or she had better not eat too many sweets. All is correct, but it's always better to choose one. So she should not eat too many sweets. Number 2, Thad has a high fever and he feels dizzy. He to the doctor. Also here you can say it's according to the situation. If you say he should go or he should see a doctor, you can say he ought to see a doctor, and you can say he had better see a doctor. All is correct, but should is nice, ought to is stronger, and had better is very strong. That is the only difference. 3, Nawaf lost the keys to his flat. So what do you use here? He have his locks changed. So he should have, have his locks changed, or you can say he had better have his locks changed, because this is a critical situation. Someone could get in and, rob your house. 4, Harry ate too much ice cream and now he feels sick. If you eat too much ice cream, that is not good. So you try to give him advice. So he should not have eaten all the ice cream if you like, or he had better not eaten. He had better not eat all that ice cream. It's all about the situation. Okay, so these are the sample answers. See, we can use the 3 of them, and it depends on the situation. Should is good, ought to is stronger, and finally had better is the strongest. Now, as you can see, we talked a little bit. We had a differentiation between American English and British English. There's differences in accent, differences in writing, and also in some words. And we talked about grammar using the modals for advice and for opinion, had better, should, and ought to.